Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make NBA DFS content as always. All these videos that get posted over to a subreddit, I'll have that link down below. And if you're looking for more in-depth content, I'll have my Discord link down below. And if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can get a hold of me on Twitter. All right, let's go over my lineups from yesterday. Here we go. How many times I am just getting absolutely screwed by my spend ups. Like, look at this. Where are we? Let's go. I made 3 lineups. Where are we? Derek White, Scotty Barnes, Donovan Mitchell, Derek White, Scotty Barnes. What is going on of late with my spend ups? I don't understand it, like, at all. The only good spend ups on the slate were like Peyton Pritchard, Cooper Flag, and then like those Cavs Utah, which I do regret not getting into the Utah side a little bit more because like I took Keontae George props, should have been a sign, should have got to him some. He was a really good play at 4%, like marketing like really good plays. Little bit unfortunate. So yeah, those are my lines from yesterday. Let's just hop right into the slate. I'm recording this before today's slate starts, so yeah, I will update you guys tomorrow on how today goes. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right. 1 second. All right, let's get into it. Toronto, they're still, I believe, going to be without RJ Barrett. They're still going to be without Jakob Poeltl. They're still going to be without Jacoby Walter. Last game, Brendan Ingram, Colin Murray-Boyles, Scotty Barnes, Manu Quickly, Jamal Shed. Shed got to 30 minutes, then the game blew out. They lost a couple minutes. They basically just played the starters a ton of minutes. Nobody really viable off of the bench for me, personally. So, looking at the price points, good spot. I like Colin Murray-Boyles in this spot. The Pacers have been a really bad defensive team up against opposing bigs. I mean, he was doing it all yesterday. He was facilitating. He was getting a bunch of putbacks. I mean, he has to grind his way there for a ceiling, but I think he can do it in this spot. So I really like Murray-Boyles in this matchup. I think Quickly's a great play at $7,000. Still no RJ Barrett. If I play Scotty Barnes tomorrow, I'm going to let you guys know. Just fade him if I play him, but he's obviously playable. He has a ceiling, good rebounder, he'll facilitate. Matchup is like fine. The best matchup here is definitely Colin Murray-Boyles, probably followed by Quickly, probably Ingram, then probably Barnes. But it's pretty neutral, pretty good spot overall. Colin Murray-Boyles definitely my favorite. All right, let's go over to the Pacers side. I mean, I hate this team. I played Siakam 2 games ago. I faded this game, and I could have went him over Scotty Barnes, and I would have probably cashed every single lineup. It's just so frustrating. Matherin's still out. Isaiah Jackson's still out. Matchup up against Toronto, not great. Remember, Darko, he likes to trap the number 1 options. Like, maybe we're going to see Siakam get trapped tomorrow. So, it's overall a bad spot for pretty much everyone here. So, I'm probably off Pascal Siakam on this slate at 8.7K. I'm more so okay with Andrew Nembhard, especially if they're going to start trapping. Pascal Siakam, good three-point shooting spot for Nembhard here. So I like Nembhard. He's probably my favorite. And if they're going to trap Siakam, it's going to open up for like Neesmith. Jay Huff back in the starting lineup. He played 28 minutes. I mean, he's playable. I just have no confidence in his minutes. I don't know if I'm going to get into like Johnny Furphy, etc. Those types. No amazing plays there on Indiana. All right, moving on to the Cleveland side, going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Max Strus, Dean Wade are still going to remain out. I would expect Sam Merrill to continue to stay in the starting lineup. He helps with spacing, obviously. Had a good game yesterday, Sam Merrill, that was. So, matchup up against Philly, pretty tough, but I would say my favorite plays here, I think it's Evan Mobley at 8.68, probably my least favorite. Priced up, went from 7.9K to 8.6K. I don't know why. So he's not going to project great at that price point. Darius Garland at 7.5K with everyone healthy. Bigger slate. Probably okay in large field GPPs. I'm not going to prioritize him in my 2 lineups. Same with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell always going to be my favorite play on the Cavs. Matchup, like I said, not the best for anyone really here. I don't like Sam Merrill. I don't like Jalen Tyson. I guess you could throw DeAndre Hunter in your large field player pool, but not somewhere I'm going to go in my lineups. All right, let's move on to Philadelphia. Joel Embiid probable. VJ Edgecombe listed as probable. as well. Paul George, I believe, is also probable. Yeah, he's probable, so they should be fully healthy here. All right, good spot for like 3-point shooters like Tyrese Maxey. I mean, Joel Embiid's matchup proof. He's still too cheap for the minutes he's playing right now. Playing mid 30s minutes. This game is getting out of hand. Still subbed in the fourth and played 36 minutes, man. So he's a 10K player, still getting him at a discount. Not the best spot, but still way too cheap. So I think Embiid looks really, really solid here. Maxey is always playable too. I think I prefer Embiid at the $600 discount there. And then it's tough for me to get into anyone else. You have Kelly Oubre back. Quentin Grimes going to take minutes. They have so many good NBA players on this team. The minutes are just going to be so spread out. Or not spread out, but like, you know what I mean. They're like Barlow's not going to play a ton because they have to play Kelly Oubre. They have to play Quentin Grimes. They're going to stagger some guys. But like the main three guys here are going to play like mid 30s minutes. Paul George low 30s minutes. So yeah, can't get anyone off of the bench there. All right, I think this is definitely a game we can definitely get into here. Utah, Chicago. And I'm pissed, like I said, not getting to any Utah yesterday. Maybe I can redeem myself here. Everyone fully healthy, which kind of sucks because they're going to run a deeper rotation. But I feel pretty confident that Keontae George and Lauri Markkanen are just going to play mid-30s minutes in close games. This game should stay competitive. I really like Markkanen in this spot at 8.8K. Playing big minutes, him key. They're playing alongside bums. They're the Wombo combo. They're taking a ton of shots a game. They're both stat sheet stuffers, good rebounder. So I really like Markkanen. I think Keontae George is a great play at 8.2K as well. Yusuf Nurkic, 7.3. I mean, should play around anywhere from like 28 to 30 minutes. Good, really, really good point per minute guy. The run offense through him has double-double upside. Good GPP play depending on what his ownership comes in at. So like if he's like sub 10%, then I like him. If he's over that, I'll be underweight. Impossible to get to like Bryce Sensabaugh, Ace Bailey, these type of guys with everyone getting healthier. All right, let's move on to the Chicago side of things. Josh Giddey going to remain out for this one. Kobe White, we'll see if he plays for tomorrow. He was injury management on the 12th, so I would expect him back for tomorrow. Favorite plays here with Kobe White back. I think it's mainly just Vooch at 8.1K. So I like Vooch at 8.1K. Now he probably is the worst matchup of anyone here, but they're running so much offense through him with no Josh Giddey, and the minutes are really, really secure of late. So he's probably my favorite. I do like Kobe White a lot. I would expect him to get close to 30 minutes here in a great spot going up against Utah, and I have a feeling he's probably going to be chalked tomorrow. I'm really hoping he's not, because I think in this spot, 30 minutes of Kobe White at 5.8K, sign me up for that. I love him. If we get Kobe White out, then I really like Ayo Dosunmu at 5.7K. Then you can get to like Montas would be a good play. Vucevic will look great. Trey Jones would be playable, but the main standouts here definitely for me. Vooch, Kobe White if in. If Kobe White out, Vooch, Ayo Dosunmu. Love Kobe White tomorrow. All right, let's move on. I'm going to look at his props too. I'm hoping they're low. All right, let's move on to Brooklyn. Cam Thomas, Igor Demon both sat the game yesterday. So it looks like Cam Thomas is going to be back for tomorrow. Igor Demon, come on, where's the news? Has been removed from the injury reports that they are both going to be healthy for tomorrow. Cam Thomas still going to be on a limit. If we get word, like even in 24 minutes, now that the price point's down to 5.9K, I still think he's playable in like a large field tournament setting. Not as good of a play as like Kobe White, but if we get news that they're going to continue to uptick his minutes and he gets to like 27, sure, I have interest. I think if you're playing 150 max, I would sprinkle in some Cam Thomas for sure and keep him in your play pool. I mean, look what he did in 20 minutes this game. This is what he can do. And if you play him at 5.9K, no one's going to play him at like 1% ownership tomorrow when he does that. You're absolutely nuking. So I would keep him in your large field player pool. And if we get news he's going to get upticked, which I don't think is going to happen, he'll probably stay in that 25-minute range, 24, 25. But if we get news he'll get upticked, great. Still prefer Kobe White, though. Great spot for Claxton. I really like Claxton. Definitely one of my favorite center plays on the slate tomorrow. And I think Michael Porter Jr. is playable, but I wish Cam Thomas was out. I'm not going to mess with like Demon, Wolf. I will mention Day'Ron Sharpe. He's fine. All right, so on to the Pels. Sadiq Bey is back for tonight. We'll see if he sits on a back-to-back tomorrow. If he does sit on a back-to-back tomorrow, it just makes like Queen a little bit better. Brooklyn's not a good spot for like ball handlers. I don't think you double Jeremiah Fears here. So like maybe they play more like one-on-one. But great spot for Trey Murphy here. I think he's a fantastic play. I'm also going to look at his props for tomorrow. Really like him. I also love Zion Williamson at 8.4K. Would like Fears more if like Bay is out. I probably wouldn't play Poole and Fears together. I'm not going to play Bryce McGowan's. All right, Denver. We got to see if Jamal Murray's going to play tonight. If Jamal Murray plays tonight, I'm pretty confident he's going to be playing for tomorrow. Aaron Gordon on the back-to-back. I don't believe he's played a back-to-back yet, so we'll have to monitor that. But if we get a situation with, like, say, Braun out, Cam Johnson out, everyone out once again here, Jamal out, then you have to load up. Well, I wouldn't say load up, but, like, great plays here. Like, first off, Pickett would look great. Tim Hardaway Jr. I would really like. Bruce Brown would be a solid value. Peyton Watson's been doing everything for this team. Aaron Gordon would be one of my favorite plays in the slates if he plays. Zeke Naji would even be playable. Then if we get like Aaron Gordon out, like do they insert Holmes back into the rotation? I think they'd probably have to. Like if they start Holmes and we get Jamal and Aaron Gordon out, I'd feel pretty safe about his minutes. Like him, Zeke Naji possibly split. They'll probably do it. If they just start Zeke Naji, I'll be pissed. But like both would be playable. Pickett would look great. Peyton Watson would look phenomenal. Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown, both will look great. So, yeah, there's potentially going to be a lot to like here on Dallas tomorrow. And if we get Jamal and Aaron Gordon in, I really like Jamal. I think Aaron Gordon's playable. Not going to pay that price point for Watson probably. And I'm not going to mess with the values here. All right, let's move on to Dallas. P.J. Washington is, I believe, out for tomorrow. Questionable. Anthony Davis out. Max Christie questionable. Brandon Williams also listed as questionable. So if we get PJ out, Max Christie out, Brandon Williams all out, we do have Daniel Gafford in. So I really like Daniel Gafford at $5,000 if they're all out. First off, Najee Marshall is going to have to do absolutely everything. It's going to be the flag. It's going to be the Najee show. Both would look fantastic. Ryan Nembhard would be playable. Keep an eye on if he starts or if they go back to Jaden Hardy. But if Jaden Hardy starts, I obviously really like Jaden Hardy. What else do we have? Whoever starts the 5, they started Dwight Powell last game. Both bigs would be playable. So, would be a loss like here. If we get PJ Max, if Christie's out, like Klay Thompson, really good value, right? They're going to have to play these guys, Ryan Nembhard, Klay Thompson, Najee's going to play a ton, Jaden Hardy, just so many more minutes for those guys, right? They would all be really good. If we get everyone in here, I still love Cooper Flag at 8.3K. I think PJ's a good play. Najee's still playable. Daniel Gafford I still like. Probably off both the guards. Clay, just be mid. All right, Knicks, really good spot going up against Sacramento here. They're fully healthy. Josh Hart is back. So we got Miles McBride, Mitchell Robinson both coming off of the bench here. So with Cat starting at the 5 in a really good spot going up against Sacramento. I know he's been awful. I know he hasn't been the same this year. But, I mean, if no one's going to play him because of recent performances, great tournament play. I really like Brunson as well, so I really like both the top 2 spend-ups here. Josh Hart's playable at 7-1, not my favorite play. Mikhail Oji get downgraded with Josh Hart back. I would say they're appropriately priced, and everyone else I'm off of with them getting fully or healthy here. Sabonis out, Keegan Murray is going to be out. He's going to get evaluated in like a week, I believe they said, at least 3 weeks. Dennis Schroeder is out. So the rotation last game with all those guys out. Reynaud, Levine, Precious, Russell Westbrook, DeMar. Caldwell will get a bump. Malik Monk's going to play a lot. And then they have to play Precious Achiuwa a lot more. Not the best spot I like to attack here. But it's a really good spot for Zach LaVine. I think I'm going to also look at his props for tomorrow. I think he's really sneaky for tomorrow. I love LaVine in GPPs. Westbrook's a good point per dollar play, same with DeMar, but I think LaVine's my favorite play here. Reynaud, I'm okay with, and then Malik Monk's probably going to be really popular. I think it's for good reason. We know how good of a point per minute guy he is. They have to play him a decent amount, so I'm into Malik Monk there. And if you want to throw darts on like Cardwell, sure, go for it. All right, last game of the night here, guys. Wizards, Clippers. Trey's not going to play. Not the best matchup, but I'm into Sar. Outside of that, I don't like too much else. Like, sure, Bub's playable, Trey Johnson's playable, but I think I can look elsewhere for value. Clippers, great spot here. Love the top 3 guys. Zubac, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. If I had to rank them point per dollar, I'd go Kawhi, Zubac, Harden, but I think all 3 look great to me. John Collins is playable at the 6.1K price point. And then Miller you can throw in your large field player pool for sure. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Hope everyone had a great day. I will talk to y'all later, and I'll talk to y'all on Reddit.